Hey there, Heather. Hello there. Jeff Cutter Diamond welcoming you to yet another PC Replay Baseball game for the 2026 Super Tourney. And we could see this series end today. Yesterday, we saw the 1906 Cubs take on the 1908 Cubs and win the game 3-2. Despite being a hit, the 1906 Cubs did have 3 errors. So, great job by Carl Lundgren pitching, and then Jansen came in with a save. Beister did his job. In the third, Willie McGee sac fly scored Pat Moran for the 1908ers, and then Frank Chan's RBI single scored Finley. Schultz sac fly scored Finley, and then Will sac fly. In the seventh, Ryan scored Durbin 3-2. So we got ourselves a game 4 on our pause. Both teams are going to make a massive change. John Tudor is pitching game 4, and the 1906 Cubs will send Randy Johnson to the bump. Because why not? The 1908 Cubs, who need this win, or else it's curtains. Well, the 1906 Cubs, this is their lineup. Finley. Yeah, Stan the Man Musial's got to play. He's done well. So Finley, Musial, Williams, Chan, Steinfeld, Tinker, Evers, Schultz, and Muddy Rule. For the 1908s guys, Chance won't be playing first base. It will be Del Howard. Well, so Willie McGee is going to play DH. Yeah, Willie McGee will DH. Del Howard will play first. Wildfire is out of luck playing right field because he's playing for the 1906 team. So, and they are going to go with Heine Simmer. They are going with Heine Zimmerman to play right field. He can play right field, so that's a smart move. Evers, yeah, they can't have Evers. Pat Moran will play second base. They can't have Tinker. So Kid Durbin is going to play shortstop. Yeah, they can. So Sheckard, Bryan, Dawson, Howard. No, sorry, they're going to put McGee, Zimmerman, Moran. No, Ellie. The 1906 Cubs. The 1906 Cubs need a win tonight, and it's over.
Replay Radio is live from Chicago. Top of the first.
So anyway, Randy Johnson 5-1 with the 99 Diamondbacks with a 2.85 ERA. Lots of strikeouts. The 1906 Cubs needed someone with the big speed after beating Arizona. They got Finley, but they got Randy Johnson. Jimmy Sheckard coming at 280 with 11 RBIs. From Upper Transfer, Pennsylvania. And he's a single.
No outs, man on first.
Chris Bryant, man from Las Vegas, played 2016 Cubs, long time in the four. He's 4 for 12 in this series with 1 RBI. Hit the second and set.
No outs, men on first and second.
First and second for Andre the Hawk. 267, 7 homers, 15 RBIs. Played a lot of time for Montreal, and the Cubs picked him up. Not got the batting average, but he's got the RBIs. Sequita! Whoa! Hawk Tuba!
He now has 3 RBIs
Well,
today.
he was slumping, but he's
no outs,
proven
bases
them
empty.
correct with going to be center field. And now Willie McGee DHing today. 416, 25 RBIs. He has had 15 RBIs in 10 games with the 1908 Cubs after leaving the 85 Cardinals. Well, picked up. He's been on fire. Matty Kirkhope.
One out, bases empty.
Here comes Heidi Zimmerman, 5 for 18, an RBI from New York, New York. Playing right field because Wildfire plays for the 1906 team. Fair play. There's a 6, so they gotta go by his speed. A 5 or 6 ruins it. Anything else, it's a hit. It's a out.
2 outs, bases empty.
2 outs for Pat Moran playing second base. He did well yesterday in Fitchburg, Massachusetts. I figured they might as well use him, and he strikes out. Randy Johnson does his job, but give him
3 runs,
home run.
3 hits, and none left on.
Not help. No.
Bottom of the first.
On the first, here comes John Tudor, 4-1. This is only his. He started. He had a complete game. Yeah, he started last time out and pitched a 9-inning victory. So John Tudor's 4-1 now with 1.54 ERA. Trying to take out the 1906 Cubs and keep this series going. Steve Finley, 316, 5 homers, 14 RBIs. He's been nothing, 2 for 10 since coming from the Diamondbacks. And I said it, a big double by Finley is like, well.
No outs, man on second.
Stan the Man Musial, 287, 3 homers, 11 RBIs. Played 11 games for the 42 Cardinals with 4 RBIs. This is his 14th game with 2 homers, 7 RBIs from Denora, Pennsylvania. His batting average isn't there. Nice snag by him. Oh, did Finley get caught? No. Had to be
1
a
out,
6.
man on second.
Ted Williams. Playing 400 for this tournament, 3 homers, 19 RBIs, 476 with the 41 Red Sox. And then in a dispersal draft, the 1906 Cubs got him, and he's had 12 RBIs in 18 games. Credit of San Diego. Did he just go deep? Possible home run. Really? Possible? It is! Take it, Let me be your teddy bear.
1 out,
3-2.
empty.
Man, this is an offensive explosion, and this is the first inning. Here's Frank Chance, the player manager. 289 home run, 10 RBIs for these guys. Husk from Fresno. And right to Moreno, 2 down.
2 outs, bases empty.
Now Harry Steinfeld, 247 home run, 13 RBIs from St. Louis. To short, and he's out. Man, what a job. 5 runs
2
in the first
runs,
inning
2
combined.
hits, and none left on. Top of the second.
Here's Dal Howard. 17 for 34, home run, 4 RBIs from Kenny, Illinois. Hits at the first, and ooh, is it an error? Nope.
1 out, bases empty.
Power play first base. Trny Clean, the catcher, 359, a home run, 17 RBIs. He's noisy from Kansas City. He actually had the 23 straight games with a hit, but it failed yesterday. Hit the short, and he's out. That's 2.
2 outs, bases empty.
Now Kid Durbin, shortstop, 1 for 11, 2 RBIs from Lamar, Missouri. Grounds to second, and it's an out right there. Nice job.
And just like that, the inning's over.
Just like that, worse than game it's
Bottom
over.
of the second.
On to the bottom of the second, Joe Tinker, 179, 7 RBIs from Muskaka, Kansas. Oh, Tudor punked him. Why would you do that?
No outs, man on first. The defense
And now
is playing in
comes
at the
Johnny
corners.
Evers, 240 with 6 RBIs. Well, this version of Johnny Evers. Crap people. And it was a double one, so it's a plus. So he'll have to try to steal. And he's caught. Well, if it was like a 5 or a 6, it
1
would
out,
have been his
bases
home base.
empty.
So that fucked him up. Here's Evers. That's it. Oh, yeah? Well, he's second base. He's making that over.
1 out, man on second.
And now Wildfire, 313, 110 RBIs from Cohocton. Is it higher than a 1? Look at that.
1 out, men on first and second.
Here's Money Rule, 325, 13 RBIs from St. Louis, picked up from Washington after the third round. 5 RBIs in 8 games for these guys. That was to the left of the corner. This will tie the game. Schultz will stay at third.
One out.
With an
Men on
RBI.
second and third.
Now here's Finley. Fly ball to the left. Schultz says, why not? Got it. Sack fly by Trny makes it 4-3. Fillers can move up. There has to be a low number. It's a 4, so that means he has to stay.
2 outs, man on second.
Here's Musial. And fastball forward. And there's an EHP.
2 outs, men on first and second.
Guess it didn't work out for it. Dun, 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 dun. They're gonna go with Frazier. They're gonna go with Chick Frazier. Might as well. Put it away. That didn't work. Safety ball.
That's his second homer today. He now has 5 RBIs today.
Once again, let me be your teddy bear.
2 outs, base is empty.
Chick Frazier got. I just have to get this guy out. No. Base hit by chance. Unreal. I think
2 outs, men on first.
I don't think so. Well, now they have. Because Tinker led off the second, Jeff. It's now 7-3.
2 outs, men on second.
Chance could steal. And no.
2 outs, man on second.
In second, he's out.
5 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on. Top of the third.
Well, it's now 7-3. For Sheckert. All 4. And they might get Randy. I mean, you're up by 4 runs.
Man on first.
Not Bryant. You're not going to take him out of the game. Why would you? And it is a wild pitch to second base. That's 7-3.
No outs, man on second.
But yeah, I would. Honestly, I would. 7-3 with Chris Bryant, I would. So Max Lanier is going to come into the game to pitch. Might as well do it. Road play. Really hook. And it's a 2. Go for 4. So they're going to go for Sheckert. They got him. They got the lead runner. Nice job by Lanier.
1 out, man on first.
Dawson. 5 all the right.
Two outs, man on first.
Ground ball 6-3.
No runs, no hits, and 1 left on. Bottom of the third.
On to the bottom of the third. Tinker. Right to short.
1 out, base is empty.
Evers. And I think that's going to be the end of Frazier.
1 out, man on second.
Yep. Well, Evers might steal. Nope.
1 out, man on second.
Second. So Schultz is out. Now, they're going to put Hendrickson. They kind of have to, in a sense. Because they're in trouble. They can't throw Schultz. Everyone's going a little careful. Now, they
1
basically
out, men on first and third.
have no chance, no hope. Well, they're down by 4. Rule. Let's walk. Now the bases are deep for 30.
One out. Bases loaded.
Yeah, we've had some close games. Finley.
Strike three.
Got him. Strike 3. Not good.
2 outs. Bases loaded.
Well, Finley, this is Musial's third at bat in 3 innings. Hit to short and base hit. 1 score, 2 scores. Musial puts in this one. It's now 9-3. Looks like
2
this
outs.
series
Men
is
on
over.
first and second.
Here's Ted Williams. You're not allowed to touch him. Well, let's see what he can do this time. Base hit this time. Score. Williams gets to second base. Wow.
He now has 6 RBIs today.
He's at 25. I think that
2
ties
outs.
him
Men on
with
second and
McGee
third.
for the most RBIs. Man, that dispersal draft really helped the 1906 Cubs. Now he got second and third. And here comes Frank Chance. Get out of this inning. And he lines out. So 4 Cubs have 3 at-bats in 3
3
innings.
runs, 4
It
hits,
could be a lot worse.
and 2 left on.
Wow, this series
Top of the fourth.
10-3. Well, Max Lanier will be pitching as long as he has to. Zimmerman hits it to third, and he's out.
1 out. Bases empty.
Here's Moran. Hit to short, and he's out. Yeah, I'm actually shocked they would take Randy
2
out of
outs.
the game.
Bases empty.
But after all, I mean, you never know what could happen. No. Center. So Lanier looks like he should have been
They
pitching
go
in
down
for.
quietly. Nothing doing this half inning.
Shoosh!
Bottom of the fourth.
On the fourth. Here comes Steinfeld. Ground ball to short. Got it. That's 1.
1 out. Bases empty.
Here comes Tinker. I'll take it off and that's the Independence. And he
1
can't
out.
do anything
Man on
about it.
first.
Yeah, he can't. Well, Tinker could go to second base. Yep. So Tinker to second.
1 out. Man on second.
Evers, Crow's now gonna have to come in. And it's a ground ball. Nice job by him. Tinker moves to third.
2 outs. Man on third.
Frank Schultz. RBI. Nope. He out. So finally, the
No runs,
1906 Cubs
no hits,
get a
and
0
1 left
across
on.
their name.
Top of the fifth.
Onto the 5th, and here comes Queen. Ground ball, Lanier flips it to Chance. 1 error.
1 out. Bases empty.
Durbin. Ball 4. Take your base, man.
1 out. Man on first.
Here's Shecker. And he lines out.
2 outs. Man on first.
Here's Bryant. Does he do something? He might. It is a 6-6. Tower power fly behind the mound. Everyone. It will safely to the ground for a double, and Chris Bryant will get a double out of nowhere.
2 outs.
No
Man
time
on
to
second.
score. Well, Lanier's giving up a run. They're going to take him out. It's going to be Feaster. Well, Feaster is pitching. 5-0 with the save. Well, if the 1906 team wins, then they don't need him. Oh, you got him to fly out. That's what
1 run, 1 hit, and 1
They're
left
winning
on.
by 6 points.
Bottom of the fifth.
We might not need him. That's the POV. Here's Rule. Iron drive to right. Zimmerman's a 2, so this is definitely going to be a hit. It is.
No outs. Man on first.
Here's Finley. Hit the short, and ooh, possible error. Well, it's Durbin, so it's going to be an error. So the second error of the day. First and second.
No outs. Men on first and second.
Here comes Stan the man. Well, it's at least a single. Oh, it's gonna be a single. Well, it can't be a home run. I think you're up by 6.
No outs.
Well, here's
Bases
Ted
loaded.
Williams. You have nowhere to put him. And he takes a walk. That's a 7th RBI without even doing anything.
He now has 7 RBIs today.
My goodness. Like, take away all
No
of his
outs,
RBIs, it's
bases
4-4. But the base action, we might see another mistake. 3-5, wild pitch. Oh, that's a wild pitch. Run scores to make it 12-4. Wow.
No outs, men on second
They're
and
up by
third.
8.
They've brought the infield in.
Now, that's going to be the end of him, I think, right? Yep. Embry's going to come in now. The pitch. Might as well. Hit or miss. That's a miss. But it might be a sacked fly by chance. And he's going to go for it. Might as well. 5-2. It's a sack fly by chance. Make it 14-4. Trailing runners. It has to be a low number. 2, so he'll move to third on this throw.
1 out, man on
So
third.
now Steinfeld has a chance in an RBI. Third to the way. Deep fly to left. That'll work. It's a 14-4. Man, oh man, this game's
2
getting
outs,
worse and
bases
worse and
empty.
worse. The first inning has been the only time the 1908 Cubs have outscored their opponents. Here's Tinker. Goodbye, strike 3.
4 runs, 2 hits, 1 error, and none left on. Top of the 6th.
14-4. 10-run game. And McGee's going to hit. Hit the short, and he's out. One away.
1 out, bases empty.
Tiny Zimmerman. They don't trust Zimmerman. So it's going to be Tinker, which means that Tinker has to come off the 1906 roster, and it's going to be Seager who will play shortstop. So Corey Seager will be playing short. Here's Tinker. 1908 Tinker. But Schultz makes the catch 2 down.
2 outs, bases empty.
And here comes Moran. And they're taking him out. And Craig Chance is coming in, so that means 1906 Chance has to come out. So it will be Muncy who will play first base. Here's 1908 Chance. I'm on the third. Easy play.
It's a 1-2-3 inning.
Well, it's a 10-run
Bottom of
game.
the
You might
sixth.
as well just throw the guys away. Second base will go to Evers. Which means 1906 Evers has to be replaced. That's right. Right field goes to Wildfire. So Wildfire and Evers must be replaced on the other side. Hoffman is going to come in and pitch. Hit to short, and he's out. So Hoffman has to hit, and so too
1
does
out,
Schultz.
bases empty.
Pat Moran's coming in. Well, that Pat Moran is going to come in. And he's in.
1 out, man on first.
And here's Mighty Rule. Well, Moran might steal. He does steal. Yeah, remember, the 1906 Cubs have
1
no
out, man on second.
people on. Here's Rule. And about 1-3. So Moran moves to third. That happened to third.
2 outs, man on third.
And now Steve Finley is 1 for 4. He's 1 for 4. They're going to take him out. And it's going to be Fred Beebe who will come in to pinch run, to pinch hit. It's a short, and he's out. Well, you might as well try.
No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on.
Yeah, no runs.
Top of the 7th.
It's like, wow, we actually did it. We actually beat them. Hoffman will move to center. Right field will go to Fred Beebe. They're going to stick him in right field. Why not? Second base will go to Moran. So Dal Howard is basically done for. Yeah, they're going to throw Hayden there. Hit or miss. That's a miss. Hayden will fly out to center. 1 down. Yeah.
1 out,
Might
base
as
is
well
empty.
just get you guys up there. Johnny Kling is going to, well, you're gonna keep your catcher. Might as well. Ground ball to Muncie, who steps on first base. That's 2.
2 outs, base is empty.
Kick Durbin is gone. And Campbell's coming in. Jim told me it's the last guy left. Middle of the right.
They go down quietly, nothing doing this half inning.
Shoosh.
Bottom of the 7th.
On the 7th. Shortstop. Jim Tomey says he can play shortstop. First base will go to Finn Campbell. So Embry's on B grades. Yeah. It's going to be Three Finger who will come in to try to stop the day. Stop the bleeding. Then man, well, 14-4, they're gonna take Missile out. It will be Lundgren who will come in. The pinch hit. Ooh, a road play. It's a 3. The dice says 5-6, run out the first. Mordecai's knocked to the ground. Ooh.
1 out, base is empty.
He got bombed. Now you got Ted Williams. He does have 7 RBIs, but it's 14-4. You're gonna yank him. Bob Wicker is coming in. He already has it in the bat. Hit the first, and ooh, possible field single, really? I thought Wicker had gotten a Wicker game and got
2
the
outs,
base hit.
base is empty.
Nope. Muncie's coming in. Well, this is his first at bat. And walk.
2 outs, man on first.
Here's Steinfeld. Well, he's gone. And it's going to be McGee who will come in to pinch hit. And ground out. But yeah, I think they're basically not trying.
No runs,
This
no
game's
hits,
practically over.
and 1 left on.
14-4.
Top of the 8th.
On to the 8th. Third base goes to McGee. Left field will go to Wicker. So Sheckard is gone. It will be Ray Burris who will come in to pinch hit. And he goes out Zeister to Muncie. Yeah.
1 out, base is empty.
Zeister is still pitching great. That's the 1908 guys. Chris Bryant, take a seat. Fister can't face Fister. Coakley is going to come out. And he flies to Wicker. 2 down.
2 outs, base is empty.
And here comes Dawson. Well, this game's practically over, so they're going to throw Roebuck in there. And he strikes out.
They go down quietly, nothing doing this half inning.
Yeah.
Bottom of the 8th.
Both teams, I think, have just given up. Third base goes to Coakley. Left field goes to Burris. Center field will go to Roebuck. Yeah, Brown got knocked out, remember? Oh, yeah. Well, Fister's the only guy left. Well, they pretty much need to put him in the lineup. We got Corey Seager, first at bat of the game. He gone, strike 3.
1 out, base is empty.
And now comes Hoffman. Cool. He's hit. And Hoffman's gonna hit.
1 out, man on first.
Steal. It's a steal by Hoffman.
1 out, man on second.
That's a catcher's catch. Here's Moran. And he flies to center. Hoffman will stay. 2 down.
2 outs, man on second.
And he will. Goes to the right field corner. Both catchers are allowed to stay. Real different make it 15.
2 outs, man on second.
Man, everyone thought first inning was like 3-2. It's like, well, this game is going to be like a 10-10 game. Gets a second, and he's out. But yeah, basically
1
they
run,
couldn't
2
score.
hits, and 1 left on. Top of the 9th.
And they have no guys left. Yeah, they have no hitters left. McGee will have to hit for himself. Fister will come out. Right? Yeah, that. Are they gonna allow that or no? No, they're gonna So Kenley Jansen is going to come out. Well, Feister can't face Feister. This looks like a hit. It is a hit by McGee. Wow. That's what you do.
No outs, men on first.
It's Evers. Hit the second, and that's a possible error. It is. It's Moran. That's his third error of the day. Well, that's the second error, sorry.
No outs, men on first and second.
Second error. Schultz. Ooh, a rare play himself. It is a 3, so we go to the book. It's a 5-2 Grillmo the third. McGee can only throw the second, so first and
One
third
out,
for Jim
men on
Tony.
first and third.
Pitch of the way. Base hit by Tomei, and that's an RBI. Schultz will get the third base. It's now 15-5.
One out, men on first and
Here's
third.
Kling. At the third, and possible error. Well, McGee's going to make an error. That's the second error for them. It's now 15-6.
One out, men on first and second.
Here comes Ben Campbell. Got him, strike 3.
Two outs, men on first and second.
And finally, Burris. Game, set, match. The 1906 Cubs win the tournament 15-6.
Wins the game easily.
Oh, yeah.
Goodbye, everybody.
The team that should have won the World Series in 1906 wins this tournament. 20 wins, 4 losses, 15-6. Blaney, the winner, Tudor, the loser. Ted Williams is the hero. Well, come on. Really thought it would be? So that's your final line score. The 1906 Cubs, 15 runs on 15 hits, 2 errors, and 7 left. The 1908 Cubs, 6-6-2 with 4 left on base. 1906 Cubs, Johnson, Lanier, Feaster, and then Kenley Jansen. Tudor, Frazier, Hendricks, Crow, Embry, Brown, and then Pfister. They went 9th inning with Pfister. Yeah, Mordecai was actually knocked down, so that's why they had to basically come out. 3 hours, 42 minutes. Play-by-play. Sheckard single, Bryant single, Dawson hit a home run, making it 3-0. Finley doubled, Musial lined down in the bottom of the first, and then Ted Williams hit a home run 3-2. So it looked like we would see probably high scoring game. Nothing for the 19 Cubs on the top of the second, and then Rule doubled to score Evers. Finley sacked fly. Musial walked. Tudor was given an EHB early hook, so they took him out for Chick Frazier, but Ted Williams went deep, scoring himself Rule and Musial to make it 7-3. And then in the bottom of the third, Musial hits an RBI single score Evers and Schultz, and then Williams single scored Rule to make it 10-3. Then it was 10-4 on a Chris Bryant double score Kid Durbin. And then in the bottom of the fifth, when it all fell apart, Rule singled, Finley got the first base on an error. Musial singled, Ted Williams was given an intentional walk, a wild pitch to Frank Chance, scored a run, and then Chance and Steinfeld both with sack flies to make it 14-4. And then 15-4 on a money rule double score Huffman. And then Tomei and Kling with RBIs, but 15-6, it was over. Battle line score 28-16 for runs, so the 1906 Cubs with 7 runs a game against the 4 runs a game of the 1908 Cubs. 1906 Cubs went 3-2, 7-6, 3-2, 15-6. So yeah, game 4 was kind of a farce. The 1908 Cubs, the RBI leaders were McGee and Dawson with 4 each. Great job by them. 2 by Kling, 2 by Bryant. Sheckard, Tomei, Evers with the RBIs. Batting average, one of the best batting averages around was Chris Bryant, 6 for 15. And all that. Also 333 by McGee and Joe Tinker. A donut 77 for Andre Dawson, 1 for 13, but it was a home run, 3-run home run. And Frank Chance, 1908 Chance, went donut for 8 in the series. That's the wrapper. Every pitcher pitched at least 1 game for the 1908 Cubs, if you will. Brown, Feaster, Embry, and Tudor were the four losers. The best ERA was kind of Andy Coakley, who pitched that one game, an inning and a third without giving up a run. He was the only one to not give up a run. 0-4 with a 5.35 ERA. The 1906 Cubs, 5 home runs, 27 RBIs, 2 home runs by Ted, 2 by Seager, 1 by Muncy. Yeah, Ted Williams has 2 home runs in the thing, 11 RBIs. He is by far the MVP. Well, he had 4 RBIs in the first 3 games and 7 today. So 11 RBIs. He is the series MVP. He has to be because, like, Ted Williams, well, those home runs, even, yeah, 3 RBIs by Muddy, 3 by Seager, 2 by Frank Chance, only played for Musial and Schultz, Steinfeld and Finley with 1 RBI each, Muncy and Tinker 2. Batting average, Steinfeld was only 1 for 14, but he gets a ring. And Joe Tinker, 1906 Tinker, was 1 for 8. The other side of the coin, 385 from Williams, 5 for 13. 375 for Max Muncy, 3 for 8. And 357 for Sam the Man Musial, 5 for 14. Everyone pitched for the 1906 Cubs, I assume. The ERA, well, Tom Zachary did well with this ERA. McGee and Beebe also as well. But yeah, 13. Lundgren with 2 wins. Feister and Lanier each with a win each. So doing their job. Their ERA was 3.23. Yeah, Johnson just couldn't get it done, which was the strange thing, but it doesn't matter. The 1906 Cubs are your champions. 4 straight. They are the champs. Eagles run crazy with 7 RBIs. Take away those, the 1906 Cubs still would have won. But man, 15-6. Unreal, but in the end, it was a sweep. The 1906 Cubs, what a job they did. Let's take a look at their team page of the 1906 Cubs. They end with 2 sweeps. They won Game 6 against Washington. They swept Arizona and they swept the 1908 Cubs. They didn't. The Senators were the only team to take them to a Game 6. They took the 2020 Dodgers in 5, the 42 Cardinals in 5, 2024 Sens, 1924 Sens, sorry, in 6, and then swept the 99 Diamondbacks and 08 Cubs in 4 straight. 10-1 on the road, 10-3 at home. I wonder who they lost to on the road. I say the Dodgers. Yeah, the Dodgers. They lost Game 1 to the 2020 Dodgers, and then won their last 10. They won 1 road game in LA, 2 in St. Louis, 3 in Washington, 2 in Arizona, 2 against the 1908 Cubs. So they lost the first road game of the season, of the tournament, but won 10 straight on the road since. Holy smokes. They're a danger on the road, man. They finished 2nd in runs, 9th in batting average, 12th in OBP, and 10th in slugging. But the pitching is where they had it. ERA number 1, batting average number 1, quality starts and whip number 2. But yeah, that's how you do it. Ted Williams led everyone in batting and all that stuff. 19 RBIs. Well, Williams had 19 RBIs in 19 games. Yeah. He did his job. Yeah. 19 RBIs in 19 games for them. 403 average, 4 home runs, 5 for 38. On base percentage, Schultz with 6 no base. Three Finger Brown led in everything. Well, Whip was Roebuck Jansen, a pair of saves. So the final schedule stuff, they lost 4 wins to the Dodgers, then won 5-2, 3-0, 6-0, 2-1. So practically they just put on the clinic. 4 straight wins, they only gave up 3 runs. They lost the middle game against the 42 Cardinals on home turf. They won 7-2, 5-4, 4-0, 3-1. Washington, they won 8-3, 4-1. Lost 2 out of the next 3. No big deal. They won 7-0. Then they took out. So in their 9-game winning streak, they won 7-0, 4-0, 5-0, 9-2, 5-2, 3-2, 7-6, 3-2, 15-6. So let's do the math. That's 7, 11, 16, 25, 30, 33, 40, 43. 58 runs scored in 9 games. That's about 6.5. They gave up 0, 0, 0, 2, 4, 6, 12, 18, 20. And they gave up 20 runs. So they gave up only 2 runs per game in their 9-game winning streak. All that. They had the 2 blowouts, but everything. Only twice did they give up more than 2 runs, and that was against the 1908 Cubs in the championship series. So That shows you how fucking good they were. Look at the roster. Rings for Frank Chance, Pat Moran, Frank Schultz, Ted Williams, picked up from the 41 Red Sox. In a free agency move, Johnny Evers, Max Muncy picked up from the 2020 Dodgers and left in the first round. He gets a ring. Corey Seager, 2020 Dodger, gets a ring himself. Steve Finley from the Diamondbacks from the last round, he gets a ring. Stan the Man Musial picked up from 42 Cardinals. He gets a ring. Harry Steinfeld, Sully Hoffman, Mighty Rule picked up from Washington. And Joe Tinker. Pitching wise, Fred Beebe, Max Lanier picked up from the Cardinals, Bob Wicker, Tom Zachary picked up from Washington, Carl Lundgren, Three Finger Brown, Kenley Jensen, Jake McGee picked up from the Dodgers, Randy Johnson from the Diamondbacks, and Jack Pfister is there too. But yeah, they did their job when they had to. We'll go back to the 2020 the 2026 tournament and do other stuff. Well, the main thing is the batting. Lou and Dawson, both Andre the Hawk Dawson for the 1908 Cubs, he got 8 home runs. Ted Williams beat McGee by 1 RBI to be the RBI champion. That's what he needed to do. So yeah, Ted Williams did his job, and he was definitely named MVP. And that is it. The title goes to the 1908 Cubs. Let's look at the bracket one more time. So I take a look at the click. So the 1906 Cubs, number 29, bad bracket. They take out 4, 1, 2, 11, and 16. The 1908 Cubs, number 16. They took out number 17. 15, 81 Expos. 85 Cardinals, number 9. Number 25, the 2016 Cubs. And then the 1906 Cubs, they got taken out by. But now things look peachy. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.